and welcome to the third episode of TechTalk, the podcast where we explore latest trends, innovations, and insights in the tech world. Before starting, I would like to thank all the listeners for supporting us in this journey. It wouldn't have been possible without you all. So thank you so much for your love and your support. So coming back, I am your host Ania Siddiqui, and today we are diving into a fascinating and a critical topic, which is IT operations management. So joining me is a special guest, Abhirup Sarkar. He's an expert from Infraon and a company that's leading the way in ITOM solutions. So, welcome, Abhirup, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Ania. Really glad to be on this podcast and happy to
Really glad
share
to
my
host you.
little knowledge on ITOM.
Okay, great, great. So, let's start with the basics, okay? So, what is ITOM and why is it essential for organizations in today's tech driven environment?
All right. So ITOM stands for IT Operations Management. And I think for the new people or in layman terms, what it essentially means is keeping the IT environment up and running and ensuring it's functioning effectively. That's the, I think, basic description. Yeah, if you go further in detail, it starts from, the planning stage, complete planning of your IT systems, then designing it, then implementing, and finally maintaining it. That's the overall process. But yeah, in very simple terms, it's just ensuring that your IT environment is running and functioning optimally.
Okay, so that's such a great overview. Now, a bit of Infraon is a well known for its ITOM solutions, right? So, what there might be some key challenges organizations encounter when managing their IT or operations.
Yeah. Yes, there are quite a few. So, if I can narrow it down to the top three, I will say one of the biggest ones is, keeping up with this rapid pace of IT evolution. So, if you see a few years ago, it was the cloud. There was suddenly a big jump of companies to move to cloud. And now we are seeing a lot of talk about AI, Gen AI, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of the biggest challenges. Companies are still they always have to keep up with this pace. They have to reinvent, they have to alter some of the processes. So that is definitely one. A couple more will be how you can keep it simple. So there are so many, I'll say, practices, processes, guidelines, tools also available in the market. So, but they also need to understand that what is important to me as an organization and how do I keep it simple in this chaotic world, right? And
Okay.
finally, it will be also a keen eye on the security. So cyber security and IT go hand in hand, and there should be some importance also given to the security aspects when you're designing or planning your IT.
Okay, that's fascinating. So let's talk about the real world now. So before we wrap up, for the businesses just starting with ITOM tools, what's your advice for building a strategy that is both scalable and cost effective?
Okay. Um, I think first is again, I will reiterate, keeping it simple. Don't get too overboard by trying to onboard multiple tools and then struggling to manage all of them. So I think having a single tool or a less number of tools which can do your job. And when I say do your job again, you need to prioritize. What is most critical for us as an organization. Then accordingly, you need to plan your IT operations management or service management and so on. And another thing I would suggest is emphasis or focus on some of the certified tools that are out there. It's not mandatory, but it definitely helps you to ensure you're adhering to the guidelines which has been set by people who have a lot of knowledge in this domain and field. So again, you will not get lost if you're following or using, implementing some of the certified tools, you know you're on the right track, and it will also help you to carry out some of your certifications in future in case your organization is planning for an ISO or other similar certifications. And I think one more final point will be about the continuous engagement in terms of gap analysis. It's not a one time solution. Whatever processes you're following, tools you're using, it's a continuous effort. You need to keep checking what is going on, what is going well, what can be improved. So it's a cycle of, I'll say, continual improvement, which actually helps in the long run.
Okay, these are great values to learn and great insights on the ITOM platform. People will really, follow all the guidelines which you shared. So thank you so much, Abhirup, for sharing your expertise and giving us so much to think about. So this was a lovely discussion and a lot of things to learn from your expertise as well. And also, thank you to all our listeners for tuning into this episode of Tech Talk podcast. If you found this discussion valuable, please don't forget to share it on your network and to your family and friends as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Ania. Thanks all the viewers and listeners.
Thank
Take
you.